Subway. Wait, that's Chinese. Subway. Beijing is a massive city. I've even heard it's the size of the country of Belgium. You don't want to walk it. There's a subway that can take you to and from your destination. Definitely take the subway. Ni hao, one ticket? Going to Tiananmen? Okay, 3. So I know I want to go to Tiananmen. And right now I am here on the red line. And another good piece of information is the direction I'm going to. And I'm going towards the last station right here. Okay. Ni hao. Ni hao. Xie xie. And you see, those are the two signs. They're going to go in opposite direction. I'm going towards Ping. Boy, yum. Cruising through the subways of Beijing? No problem. Okay, so next stop, Tiananmen Square.
The next station is Yong'an.
Don't listen to her. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Okay, so there was one moment of confusion. Who cares? I'm about to see the biggest public square in the world. The place that launched communist China and the site of the famous student uprising.
Getting excited. I've traveled all around the world. I've been to many main squares, Europe, Latin America, but this one's going to be the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Tiananmen Square. The largest square in the world and the easiest thing to locate on any Beijing map. It's amazingly huge. They measure it in football fields. There are 90 football fields here to be exact. And look at this. You can't even see to the other end. It's like, hello, 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 hello. Ni hao, ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. It's just fun being here.
I heard your ni hao.
Did you? Good pronunciation, right?
And good volume, too.
So this is my friend Fred, and he told me, Samantha, your first trip to Beijing, before you go to the Great Wall, before you step inside the Forbidden City, you first must come here to Tiananmen Square. It's that important.
That's
Why?
important. Because Tiananmen Square is the heart of our country. You know, here we have everything related to people, like the People's Congress Hall, the Great Hall of the People, the monument to the people's heroes, National Museum for the People.
It's beautiful.
And down there, that's where the founding of Republic of China took place.
Where Mao Zedong announced that we are united China.
Yes.
So this is where the people come to, just to sort of get a sense of history. And so if you're a traveler here, it's very important to feel that part of history yourself.
Exactly. It's more like emotionally feel the history of our country.
As an American, coming from a country that is just over 200 years old, it's hard for me to wrap my head around China's dynastic history. It goes back thousands of years, not hundreds. And right across the street is my next stop, the Forbidden City. For centuries, emperors ruled over China from inside those very walls. Only the emperor and the emperor's closest consorts were allowed entry.
Oh, this is the city wall of the Forbidden City.
This is actually the wall.
Yeah, this is where the real defense starts.
So on the other side of this is the Forbidden City.
Let's go this way.
This isn't just a palace, it's an entire city. The complex covers more than 250 acres and reportedly has 9,999 rooms, a number that is full of myth and considered lucky by the Chinese.
So we're commoners by definition. If we tried to come into the Forbidden City at that time, in ancient times, what would happen to us?
Well, we'll be killed. Because, you know, that's the reason why we call it Forbidden City.
Well, I hope today ends a little better than that. Oh my gosh. I just had no idea it was this large. This is incredible. This really takes your breath away. idea that there would be a canal within the city.
Yes.
Does this lead to the moat?
This leads to the moat. This is the inner Golden Water River bridges. These are the 5 marble bridges that represent 5 good virtues of ancient Chinese.
What are the virtues?
Benevolence, righteousness, rights, fidelity, and intelligence.
Ah, it's beautiful. What I think is so amazing about being here is that right now I am walking in what was once considered to be literally the center of the universe for the Chinese people.
Yes, the Forbidden City was believed to be the center of the whole universe.
Gosh. So the emperor was not only your ruler, he was also a god?
More like a descendant of God, son of heaven. So the emperor would definitely want his residence to be the center of the whole universe.
It took 200,000 laborers 14 years to build this heavenly residence, and over 20 emperors and their families have lived here since, right up until the early 1900s.
Okay, Samantha, here in front of us, you can see very beautiful. They have the 9 dragon carved to create a better feng shui in front of this palace compound, and also to decorate this courtyard.
So it promotes good energy.
Promote good energy.
And so in the Western world, dragons are kind of seen as scary, but in Chinese culture, it's
in
not.
Chinese culture, dragon is something auspicious, something friendly, something that can bless people.
Doesn't it represent the emperor as well?
Yeah.
Looking around, there aren't many Westerners here. This is a monument clearly revered by the Chinese, yet it was off limits for centuries and nearly destroyed during the Cultural Revolution in the 1960s.
It's just amazing. Everywhere you look, there's something to see. There are big things and then there are little things, and take them in.
As I went deeper into the Forbidden City, I could feel the crowd surging towards one single plaza. And when I got there, I knew it was the must-see sight of the day. I'm in China's Forbidden City, a huge palace complex where for centuries, only the emperor and his family were allowed. It's the most popular tourist attraction in Beijing, and thousands of Chinese tourists are here. But I discovered one of the palace's many secrets, and it's away from the crowds.
The Forbidden City is so large that it's actually easy to find a little corner to yourself. And I love that. I love to kind of steal away and just sort of picture it in my mind what it would have been like to have lived within these walls with the emperor.
This city is filled with walkways, parks, just like any other city. But now, it's time to follow the crowd to the main attraction.
Gosh, look at this. This is the largest stone carving within the palace. I mean, they just didn't do anything small here, did they? They tell me it weighs 200 tons, and you see the 2 stairways on either side? Well, of course, the emperor didn't take the stairs. No, he had people to carry him up ceremoniously to the top.
Which is one reason this is the most popular site in the palace. And to get this chunk of marble here, they had to cover a road in ice and slide it.
It's just amazing. Everything about the Forbidden City is just massive. And I allotted about 2 hours to do this, and it's just not enough time. I could spend that much time just looking at the incredible yellow rooftop. So definitely spend 3-4 hours to do the Forbidden City, because really, how often is it that you get to visit the home of an emperor?
From the top of this huge marble carving, you can see the room where the emperors met with their foreign counselors. The Forbidden City may be a museum, but not the way we know them in the West. Look at the furniture. It looks like nothing's been touched since 1911. Everything is open to the air and in its natural state. Very different. can really imagine what it was like to walk these streets over 500 years ago. The ceremonies, the performances, the drama of everyday life with the emperor, his family, his army. It's just a remarkable experience to walk not only in a country that is so recently open to the world, but in a palace city filled with such history. This is a big city and a huge country. Figuring out where to stay can be a challenge. Imagine trying to get room service in a hotel where only Mandarin is spoken. This is my answer, a luxury residence. It's got all the services of a Western hotel, but gives you the space and comforts of a real home away from home. And it's a deal. An entire apartment costs the same as a regular hotel room in the U.S. They even have penthouses for entire families to live in.
So I am not staying in the penthouse, but I still feel like my room is just fantastic. This is a one-bedroom residence. It's the standard room here. It's huge. I feel like I'm staying in a luxury hotel, and it's like half the price. And if you look around, there are definitely a lot of Chinese accents in the room, but it still gives me that feeling of being in a Western-style business hotel. But there's one thing here that is absolutely Chinese. Follow me. I want to show you. I'm going to take you through my kitchen, which is cleaner than the one that I have back at home. I love it. And you know how in our microwaves we have settings like potato, popcorn, coffee? Well, look at the microwave here. Rice, steamed fish, instant noodle. I love it. I reheated my coffee using the steamed fish button. I'm in China.
But now, time to get ready for a girls' night out on the town with some friends I've met on my stay here. They say you have to have Peking duck when you're in Beijing. This special kind of white duck was only eaten by the emperor, but now I get to try it.
We're having a ladies' night, and they've taken me to have Peking duck.
Hope you enjoy it.
Me too. Do you order any other dishes?
Oh, wow, yeah, something special for you.
Really? What?
Duck tongue. Duck tongue,
Oh, can't forget the duck tongue. We're having duck tongue. That's my dish. I love duck tongue.
Really? You tried it before?
No. I've never had it.
Welcome to Beijing.
Thank you.
Cheers. Ganbei.
Ganbei?
Ganbei.
Ganbei.
Ganbei. This is the duck tongue.
Wow. Those are actually quite large.
Duck have very long tongue.
All right, so we have duck liver, duck tongues. Yeah, that's fine. All right, I'm going to eat this. We eat the whole thing?
Which side you should
Down the hatch? I can't even use my chopsticks. Just buying time right here. Playing with my food.
You have a tongue case with duck.
I didn't know there were bones in a tongue. Now I do.
They have.
It's actually not bad. It's very tasty meat.
While waiting for the main course, I decided to sneak into the kitchen and see the special ovens that were created centuries ago. Now they're the secret for getting the duck so tender.
When duck going to more brown, and that means nearly finished. Also, they have to check is that heavy enough, or because one start really heavy, so when duck become really light, that means.
Yeah. So he's actually judging the duck by its color and its weight to see if it's done. I love that. There's no computerization of this at all. It's just exactly how it has been done for
By hand.
for hundreds upon hundreds of years. Can I try?
Yeah, you can.
This man's been at this for 13 years. Me, day uno. Okay.
哪只它可以？Anyone, you can pick anyone.
Yeah, this one's not done. It's very heavy. I'm gonna make sure that table 5 gets their duck, so I'm not touching it anymore.
Every duck is sliced exactly into 120 pieces, and every piece has to be the perfect combination of meat and skin.
So meticulous. He knows what he's doing.
A skilled chef takes about 4 to 5 minutes to slice a duck. Pretty handy guy to have around for Thanksgiving.
So this is the exact same way it has been prepared for hundreds of years. And as to the emperor.
Yes, I'm just sit big chair, you know, watch them.
Much like we're doing right now. We're just sitting, watching. I like this. Let someone else do the work. Oh, it smells wonderful. I just had a wonderful smell.
Okay, I show you how to eat a Beijing duck. You take one piece pancake, put on your plate, and have one piece Peking duck with sauce.
So I'm dipping it in the sauce, and now I'm rubbing it. You kind of spread it a bit. Now I can put all these condiments on
you
top.
Like. I only like the cucumber.
I'm making a taco here. So now we roll it. All right, we turn it this way.
Yeah.
All right, and now just roll.
Yeah.
Now can I eat?
Good job. Well done. Really good.
Oh, that's wonderful. Excellent. Thank you so much. Now I know what the Emperor of China feels like. Eat, eat. I'm about to learn a few things from the students of acrobatics. Where do they get a load of my back bend? Which I haven't done since I was like 7.
China is the birthplace of acrobatics. And this cherished art form has been evolving here for over 2,000 years. All I know is that backstage there are some crazy things going on. Plate spinning, handstands, kids diving through hoops. It's time to meet the boss and see what this is all about.
Hey, Dave.
Hey,
How are you doing?
hi.
This is Dave. He's my interpreter today.
Hi.
And please do the introductions.
This is Mr. Hu, our director of acrobatic school.
Samantha.
This is Samantha.
Very nice to meet you. So I'd love to know, first off, is just how long does it take to train to be in a troupe like this?
Samantha 的问题是什么呢？就是他想问一下
我们这个水平吧，如果说要达到现在这个水平，
，they can play like this. It takes about 10 years.
年龄有不断的，就是有5、6岁的。
There's come a lot of teachers to teach them how to show on the stage.
I see. So I'm 37 years old. I have no flexibility at all. Does he think I could be an acrobat?
他说他学得很快的，他学得很快的，可不可以学？
可以
可以学
可以试一下也可以。
I don't think he thinks I can do it. I'll jump through hoops for you.
Yeah. Do you want to try now?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd
我
love
要
to.
找个人。开始，走。哇哦，不用，好。
Thanks. How long can she hold that pose?
30 minutes。
30 minutes?
不用。
She must get bored. Wow.
Go.
Now, I think I could do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
could
think I
try.
could do that. Now,
could
don't they
try.
usually do things while riding this? Like spin plates? Or they have like 10 people on top of them?
他们练这个的时候上
都可以。
Yeah, they do.
Okay, but first we must start with the motorcycle, just
Yes,
simply riding it.
definitely.
All right, I'll try it.
让他试一试，好，这个你
Is there a front and back to this thing? Okay. All right. All right. Whoa. Okay. And wow. See, I really like the 2 wheels. Wow. That is so much harder than it looks. When she came out, I was like, oh, I can do that.
We gotta find you a teacher.
Okay, sure. And hopefully a safety pad, a big one, very large mat.
Yeah.
Maybe a helmet.
Yep.
这是您老师。
That must be your teacher.
This is my teacher?
Yeah.
Wow, well, I already can't do that.
Yeah.
I know I can't do that. Does he think he can teach me anything?
你可以教他压腿。
Did he say no?
Yes, of course.
According to Mr. Liu, students come here from all over the country. As my preteen teacher and his classmates showed off their moves, it became clear to me, a Chinese acrobat? I am not.
So the performance is about to start. As you can see, they've got their costumes on, so I'm just going to get changed, and I'll meet you in the audience. Thanks. Bye-bye. Xie. Okay, so seeing I failed miserably at even the easiest of acrobatic skills, I figured just actually sitting in a theater watching acrobatics is about all I can handle right now. The show's about to start, and it is supposed to be absolutely spectacular.
They make it look so easy. It's just raw strength up there and a lot of skill. I have to say, I think I like being in the audience much better. I'm headed to the Summer Palace. It's about a 45-minute drive from the heart of the city, but I'm having my cab drop me off at the docks because, believe it or not, you can actually float down the Changji River just like the emperor did to his summer getaway in what now is the northwest part of Beijing.
So do you remember how overwhelmingly massive the Forbidden City was? Well, actually, for the emperor and his family, it can be a little stifling, confining in the summer. So this was their countryside summer retreat, from which they could escape the burdens of ruling a dynasty. So actually, what we are looking at is the greatest vacation home on Earth. The Summer Palace is one of the most beloved destinations, not only here in Beijing, but for all of China. In fact, people from all around the world come here just to take a leisurely stroll through this country's largest imperial gardens.
In fact, everything in China seems to either be the biggest or the oldest, and the Summer Palace is no exception. It covers over 700 acres. This corridor is supposed to be one of the longest in the world. It's also supposed to have the most paintings of any building in the world, like 14,000 of them. There are a lot of people here, but this palace is the size of a small city, so it doesn't feel too crowded. There are spectacular bridges, one with 17 arches. There are stages where the empress loved to watch performances, and gardens are everywhere. But the place everyone wants to go is